Most parents do not ruin their children's future out of neglect. They do it through something far more dangerous. Love mixed with fear. Fear that their child will choose wrong. Fear that their child will fall behind. Fear that if they don't intervene early enough, their child's life will drift in a direction that can be undone. And because of that fear, parents begin to protect, to guide, to interfere, to control, not because they want power, but because they believe this is what's best for my child. But let me ask you a question, an uncomfortable one. Are you helping your child grow in their 20s, or are you simply helping them avoid paying for as long as possible? Because comfort feels good, but growth always comes with risk. And confusing the two can quietly freeze an entire chapter of your child's life. If you're a parent listening to this, you're probably not careless. Quite the opposite. You think deeply. You worry constantly, and you love your child in the way you believe is right. You look at your child in their 20s and feel a heaviness in your chest. They're not settled that they change jobs. They hesitate. They're unsure of who they are. And silently you ask yourself why. Why is my child so capable yet still so lost? Why do others seem to be moving faster? If I don't remind them, push them, guide them, will they miss their entire life? So you speak more, you advise more, you compare more. You worry more. Sometimes you call it responsibility. Sometimes you call it life experience. But underneath it all, it is fear. Fear that they'll get hurt. Fear that they'll fail. Fear that one day they'll turn back and say, if only you had stopped me back then. But there is a truth very few parents are told honestly. Your 20s are not for stability. Your 20s are for confusion. Confusion is not failure. It is a sign that a person is searching for who they are. Psychologically, the 20s are a period where identity is stretched to its limits. Your child is not lazy, not weak, not useless. They are living in constant internal conflict, even if they can't name it. They want to decide for themselves, yet every decision is followed by a voice in their head. What if I'm wrong? What if I fail? What if I disappoint my parents? They want independence, but they're afraid of losing safety. They stand between two worlds. One is safe, familiar, and socially approved. The other is adulthood, uncertain, risky, with no guarantees. And the human brain will always choose what feels familiar before what is right. At the same time, your child is facing a deeper question. Who am I, really? Or, who do I need to become to be accepted? When parents often unintentionally constantly emphasize early stability and fast success, the right path and comparisons with others, a dangerous belief begins to form. My value depends on whether others approve of me. That belief doesn't destroy immediately. It works quietly. It shows up later. When your child grows up, but fears making decisions, avoids risk, fears being wrong, fears responsibility. Not because they are weak, but because they were never allowed to try and fail without being rescued. Imagine two children. Both loved, both cared for. The first grows up hearing familiar words. Choose what's safe. Don't take risks. Don't make us worry. Think long term. They listen. At 24, they choose a stable field. At 26, they stay in a job they don't hate, but don't love. At 28, they earn steady income. From the outside, everything looks fine. But inside, every decision creates anxiety. They ask others before asking themselves. They wait for permission. They fear losing what they already have. They live safely, but not solidly. The second child is different. Their parents don't abandon them, don't ignore them, don't give up, but they allow them to struggle. When the child changes direction, they don't panic. When the child fails, they don't feel ashamed for them. When the child is lost, they don't rush to fix it. They ask only one thing. What did you learn? What will you do differently next time? That child feels lost at times, compares themselves to others, feels behind. But with every fall, they learn something essential. That they can take responsibility. That they can stand back up. That no one needs to live their life for them. And eventually, they stop asking for permission. Not because they're better, but because they are used to carrying the weight of their own choices. Here is the hard truth, one many parents don't want to hear. Success in your 20s is not built on achievements. It is built on inner strength. The strength to decide without certainty. The strength to sit with being wrong. The strength to regulate emotions without blaming others. No parent can give these to their child. They are formed only when a child is allowed to feel pain without being rescued immediately. The role of a parent is not to eliminate pain. It is to make sure that pain does not destroy the child's belief in themselves. If you truly love your child, change how you respond. Don't rush to ask, "Is this safe?" Try asking instead, "Can you handle the risk?" Don't rush to say, "Don't fail." Try saying, "Where did you fail?" Don't place the burden of, "Make us feel at ease." Ask instead, "Are you living honestly with yourself?" The world your child lives in is not the world you grew up in. What they need is not an old map. It is adaptability. And the greatest psychological gift a parent can give is not protection, it is trust. Ask yourself honestly, do you want your child to look successful? Or to become someone who can stand firm when no one is protecting them anymore? Because there will be days when your child fails, feels lost, is treated unfairly by life. And the only thing that will keep them standing won't be old advice. It will be a quiet belief inside. Even when I'm uncertain, I can still keep going. If you want to understand more about human psychology and real growth, and the hidden cost of stability, follow As Life, not for comfort, not for reassurance, but for the truth.